So I'm gonna make a video on pansies. I love me some pansies. The reason why is because they have almost like a little happy face on them. They seem happy, happy, happy. But anyway, some people may have questions on how to plant pansies. You know, like how, how do you arrange them? How do you start them? How do you... So if you look at this flower bed, it's kind of like a triangle, right? Well, I wouldn't say a triangle, but more or less like a triangle. So what I did is I start from the top right here in that top corner. So I started my row from here, and if you notice, these are all yellows going down, and then these are all purples, and these are all yellows, and these are all purples, and these are all yellows, more or less. And what I do is I stagger them. So you have one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. And usually what I do is I tell people, use your hand as a measuring. So people are like, how far do you space them? It's more of a hand length. So a hand there, a hand here, and then a hand there, and then vice versa. Hand, 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 hand. And that way you kind of you use that as your guide. So that's how we do it. That's how we plant our pansies. So like this one here, what I do is I'll use my hand, because I like to work with my hands. I know some people use a little shovel, little trowel, but I don't like to use that. I like to get my hands in there. Then you just squeeze it and let it come out. And if you really want to get technical, you see these, they've been sitting in the pot for a little longer than what you want. So I just kind of disturb the roots a little bit down here. And the reason why is because you want the roots to open up. Because sometimes plants get root bound. And you never want to bury a pansy or a plant in general. You always want it leveled with the soil, the top of the surface of the soil. And you just plant it. There you go. So hopefully that was informative. And another little pro tip is that for pansies, you can also put down some bone meal or blood meal. They love it. And then another pro tip is don't ever buy your pansies too early in the season, meaning when it's hot, because pansies love cold weather. So what happens if you buy them too early, they will actually become more leggy because the sun is shining, right? So they're reaching for the sun. And the beauty of pansies is when they're compact, they're more bushy. You don't want them to be so unruly or just leggy, because then they just don't look cute. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on planting pansies.